Hey guys, SoCal Val here. You are listening to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast.
TNA is back. Yes, long live the old brand. Impact Wrestling is no more. We are back with TNA Wrestling. They delivered Hard to Kill 2024. And what a night it was. Surprises, yes. Debuts, yes. New champions, yes. Let's just crack on with it. The first match of the show was brilliant on the pre-show. It was, actually before that, visually speaking, the show looked a lot better than most of the TNA shows that you've seen on this. Maclin and Rich Swann started the show. Maclin here getting the victory on this. He's been built around him being a big star in TNA, and I really think we'll see that. Swann did miss a big Phoenix splash. He hit the Maclin hit the spear on Swann before hitting the KIA for the pin. Really, really strong out. And love these two guys can go, but Maclin is definitely a star to look out for in a new and improved and returning TNA. There was backstage bit where Eddie Edwards and his wife Alicia, D'Angelo Williams, Brian Myers, and Moose showed up, and they were talking about how they were going to win their respective matches with the group calling themselves the System. So there is a new stable straight away off the bat in TNA Wrestling, the System. Now, here was Top Dollar. Who better than Top Dollar? Well, everybody by the sounds of it. And DJ Wookid come out. The fans hated AJ Francis, a.k.a. Top Dollar. To his credit, he cut a promo saying he made his first $1 million before he was 25. And they were about to debut a new single. And the video started and the fans were booing the shit out of it. All of a sudden, Joe Hendry's face appeared on the screen with his music. The crowd went fucking crazy. The fans believed in Joe Hendry, and he welcomed Francis to TNA. He said he was happy he could share his music video, and that Hendry had a habit of music. Had a passion for making music videos as well. When he made one for AJ Francis, it was called the AJ Francis Story. Hendry on this mocked him relentlessly about when he falled over in WWE, when he was his favorite Cheez-Its. It was so good. He was going to offer him some Cheez-Its before Wookid smacked Hendry in the back with his laptop. And AJ Francis hit him with the massive chokeslam. But interesting to see where they go with this, but I liked it. The System were next. The part of the System, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards were going against Frankie Kazarian and Eric Young. And this is proof that this is not the old TNA. The System would have, if it was the old TNA, the System probably would have lost on this one. And, a lot of Vince Russo's old TNA stables would lose early and tease a breakup. The System really should have won here to establish themselves as a serious stable, as they actually did. So that was really good on this. The only thing I would say, the theme songs make a bit in wrestling, and Eddie Edwards and Myers come out to a rap song that I didn't really think suited them. It's an interesting group nevertheless, but the theme song didn't work for me on this one. This was quite a long match as well. Ended where Eddie Edwards hit the Boston Knee Party after Myers hit the roster cut. So good to see this group winning out. Theme music, not so sure, but a really solid encounter between these tag teams. The Digital Media Championship match was next. This was Tommy Dreamer, who was a Digital Media Champion, going against Crazy Steve. There was a part of this where instead of using thumbtacks, they used a bag of forks, and Dreamer went through those bag of forks. And there was a lot of forks and everything else. There was trash cans. There was everything you can imagine for a Tommy Dreamer kendo stick, ECW style. And he stuffed the forks down Dreamer's shirt and poured more on him before hitting the cannonball onto Dreamer. And then he hit Belladonna's Kiss, the winner and new TNA Digital Media Champion, Crazy Steve. That was just the damn pre-show, for Christ's sake, everybody. That was the pre-show. Wow, they had a lot of stuff. Young cut a promo after the intro video played about how TNA was back and it was hard to kill. The whole roster was or actually on the ramp at this point. You can genuinely feel the excitement, not just from the crowd, but from the roster that TNA was back. It was so nice to see. Really, really good start to the show here. And it started with the female Ultimate X match, Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards, Xia Brookside from over here in Wales, well, the UK, Jodie Fripp, and another one from the UK, our good friend, the Revolution Pro Women's Champion, Danny Luna, and Chelsea Shaw was in this. It was a really good Ultimate X match. It was, you know, women doing the Ultimate X matches, we haven't seen, I think it's only the second time they've done it. And it was so good. Every single one on here looked like stars. Every single one of them. And actually, one of the stars that won it was Chelsea Shaw. And it went for when quite a lot of them went for the cables at once, meeting in the middle. Luna and Steelz fell to the mat, and Chelsea Shaw was able to grab the X and become the #1 contender to the Knockouts Championship, whoever that may be. Will Chelsea Shaw win it? I don't know. They did announce afterwards that Xia Brookside has been signed to TNA, so congratulations, Xia. We wish you the best of luck there. Hopefully, Danny Luna follows suit very, very soon. On that. Now, PCO was against Dirty Dango at this point. Now, Dirty Dango was with Alpha Bravo and Oleg Prudius, who was Vladimir Kozlov in WWE, by a DQ on this match. And basically, this was really weird. It started off, he hit the cannonball in the middle rope, but as he went to hit the PCO salt, Bravo come in, cut him off as he jumped. He crashed to the mat. He landed hard, like he landed on his head actually a little bit on this. Rhino come out to save PCO further damage. This brought out Santino Marella, who announced it would be a 6-man actually, and it would be Dango, Art, Bravo, and Prudius versus PCO, Rhino, and Jake something. This match wasn't particularly good, but or technical or good in terms of smoothness or technical wrestling, but was very entertaining to say the least on this one. And he did eventually, PCO did hit the PCO salt on Bravo for the victory on this. There was a power bomb by Jake something on Dango. There was lots of stuff going on, but very, very, entertaining 6-man. Interestingly enough, a woman was seen arriving to the arena and didn't see who this was at this point of the show. As MK Ultra's music hits as a surprise Knockouts Tag Team Championship match against the Decay. The fans were really into this match, and it was a really, really fun match between Havok and Rosemary and Decay against MK Ultra. Fans loved it. This match was really good. There was a snowplow hit on Slamovich hit the snowplow on Havok. Havok kicked out and it hit a double choke slam on MK Ultra. And then Havok hit a choke bomb with an assist of Rosemary and become the new champions. Wasn't expecting that. This was a big surprise and a shocker. The new Knockouts Tag Team Champions of Decay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. I wasn't quite sure that the taking the titles off MK Ultra was correct. Fans ate it up. It would be interesting. It would be really interesting. And if this is what TNA goes, he's going to be showing us some surprising and stuff, some surprises and shocks and stuff like that. I'm all here for it. Really, really good start from TNA. Maclin was backstage and he was stalking his ground because he won the obviously match on the pre-show. Interesting to see how that's going to pan out. Scott D'Amore come out at this point, along with Lucha Libre AAA president Dorian Roden Penna. And they've got a partnership going again. This is going to be great. I can't wait to see what that partnership does. Speaking of great matches, Chris Sabin, KUSHIDA, and El Vikingo from AEW. Wow. This match, absolutely. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise when I say this match was absolutely fantastic. It was brilliant. Sabin is continuing to prove he's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. But and the important part of this is he also gave KUSHIDA and Vikingo a chance to shine. Vikingo was flying around all over the place. KUSHIDA is one of the best technical cruiserweights going. Nevertheless, after everything, Sabin hit a German suplex off the top rope to KUSHIDA before hitting the cradle shock and continuing on his path as X-Division champion. Just when you thought the action couldn't get any better, TNA blow you out of the water with Josh Alexander and Hammerstone. Sorry, this match was main event level. Hammerstone was impressive and got himself over big time. I really hope TNA get that checkbook out and give this man a contract because he is unbelievable. Alexander is still one of the best to do it in the business as well. Oh my God, this match was awesome. I'm not going to go in it too much apart from saying that Josh Alexander picked up the victory with a German suplex and a C4 spike. Go out of your way to watch that match. It is absolutely insane. And then just when you think it couldn't get any better, Bullet Club. Ace Austin and Chris Bay of Bullet Club ABC. They took on the Rascalz of Trey, Miguel, Zachery, Wentz. They took on Mike Bailey and Laredo Kid. It was meant to be Trent Seven. Trent Seven had flight issues and couldn't make it against the grizzled young veterans of Zach Gibson and James Drake. This was fantastic. If you had to put, if someone said, describe TNA wrestling to me, that match. It was brilliant. High impact moves, fast paced action, great athleticism on show on this match. It was brilliant. The Rascalz nearly got the pinfall on Drake right at the end before Ace Austin broke it up. And then the ABC and the Rascalz exchanged strikes. But as the Rascalz went for the handspring, they hit drop kicks and the 1-2 sweet on the Rascalz for the victory and the retain for Bullet Club on this, but this was sensational. Now, Jordynne Grace against Trinity was next for the top Knockouts Championship. This was the best match of Trinity's career, in my opinion. Jordynne looked fantastic in this. This was an excellent match, a really, really, really excellent match. This was, I can't. Women's wrestling for us has been massive on this channel. You know, we've said, give women's wrestling a chance to shine, give it a go. And we've always said that TNA do this, and they were one of the best companies along with NWA to do it. This was absolutely brilliant, and kudos for TNA to sticking to their morals as well when it comes to the women wrestling. Jordynne Grace hits the spinning back fist and the juggernaut driver for the win. We know that Trinity is apparently going back to WWE. She could even be debuting as early as the Royal Rumble. If that was Trin's last match in TNA, it was brilliant, and she deserves all the flowers that she gets. Jordynne Grace is champion. She looks like a champion. She's got everything that a woman that needs to have. She's got the look, she's got the physique, she's got the move, she's got everything. She can go. Congratulations to Jordynne Grace for winning the TNA championship. And if it is a farewell for now for Trinity and TNA, we'll see you down the road, possibly in a couple of weeks at the Royal Rumble. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then, like I said before, as you think it couldn't get any better, the TNA World Championship was on the line with Moose versus Alex Shelley. This match was fantastic. Shelley in this match was on another level, literally on another level, from his selling to his work ethic to everything. He was brilliant. Moose was selling the arm injury as well, and that was, you can get wrestlers that sell really well, but Moose selling the arm was on another level, seriously. Shelley did offer a handshake at the start of this, which Moose rejected very early on. This match come down to everything. Moose kept countering the shell shock when he tried to do it, and then he hit the spear to pick up the win and win the TNA championship. Now, the other point of note, and apologies, I forgot this, when it comes to the women. The woman that come into TNA was the former Dana Brooke, WWE's former Dana Brooke, and she's going by the Elegance. Now, this character for me looks very much like the Tony Storm type character, what they were doing on that. So, yeah, very interesting to see what happens with Dana Brooke in TNA. But that wasn't the end of all the surprises, and apologies for having to segue back. I did forget that. Moose picked up the victory and become the heavyweight champion. He was celebrating, the system was celebrating at ringside. but the music went off. And as the music went off, the Titantron music played. Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler, was in the ring. He was on Titantron was playing. They were looking at a Titantron. He was behind Moose. He hit the super kick on him. He hit the zigzag. The crowd were going fucking nuts for Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth. He looked motivated as well. He was on fire. He went into the crowd. He ripped his shirt off to view the TNA shirt that was underneath. Absolutely brilliant. If Ziggler's in TNA for the long term, that's a huge acquisition for them. And hopefully he's going to be going for that title and potentially winning it at some point. What a great acquisition that is for TNA. Final thoughts on the show. If TNA wanted to make an impact, it had the energy, it had the match. Nick Nemeth may not have been the shocking signing, but he's still a great signing. This was an excellent pay-per-view from TNA. It was a delight to watch from start to finish. This isn't a Vince Russo TNA. This isn't a Dixie Carter TNA. This isn't Bischoff's TNA. This is Scott D'Amore's TNA, and we're all here for it on this channel. We will be reviewing TNA weekly. Yes, TNA will be back on this channel on a weekly basis. We're looking forward to hitting that reset switch and reviewing TNA every week. Guys, keep it locked onto this channel at HTT Buckle on X, on the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast, on all other social media platforms. We are back with reviews, interviews, you name it. We've got it next week, and we're back with some TNA wrestling as well. That was the Hard to Kill review for TNA wrestling. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I have been your host, Adam Cousins. And until next time, everybody, buckle down and stay safe.